Probably will be. Good evening, everybody, one and all. Hopefully, we'll be technical issue free tonight and all good. It's all starting off all right. Kieron's lips are in sync and everything at the minute. So hopefully that stays the same. So say hello to one or two people, I think. Sorry about last week, by the way. Probably talk more about that in a little while, but we had varying things. I think it was mainly me last week, wasn't it, to be fair, boys? And I was just so upset about this thing in Ukraine that I just didn't feel like putting on a smiley face and coming on live. So it's probably, it's down to me last week, not these other two fine looking gentlemen I've got beside me. But anyway, we won't drag the show down into misery before it even starts. So we'll say hello to everybody. Top of the list is Kieron.
Good evening.
There you go. On the top of the list, on top of my list anyway. John Vaping Joker, good evening to you. Mick King. Rufus, evening Rufus. Who else have we got? A lot of you lot talking there. Adrian. Evening, Adrian. Yeah. Put that comment on the screen there. Free Rider Vapor. Mark Triggle. Evening, Mark. Lynn Smith. Evening, Lynn. Vapor Queen Becky. Good evening to you. Jaya. Evening, Jaya. I don't recognise the name, but very warm welcome. It's your first look in on the show. Who else have we got? Lynn, I've said. Lynn, Craig. Evening, Craig. Vaping Snowman. Good evening to you. Patrick Pyle. Evening to you. Tam Dare. Good evening. Put that on there. Good to see you back. I missed it last week. John, how are you doing? Yeah, we're all doing fine and dandy. Who else? Grateful Ant. Good evening. And that's it. I'm at the bottom. Well, that didn't take long, did it? There's only 29 watching. Out of favour, boys. Out of favour. Where is it?
I think there's a football game on tonight. Man United's playing.
Foosball.
So that could be an issue. That could be the reason why.
No idea. Right. Josh, not Herb, and Stephen James. Two more. People tend to pop in, come on as we go. Pulled and by as well. Good evening to you. Kieron, would you like to tell us what you're vaping on? Let's see if your lips move in sync.
I don't know if it is actually in sync. I'm looking at my camera. I'm not sure.
No, it's not.
It's not, is it? That's what I thought. I'm like 3 minutes behind.
Oh, dear. Why?
I have no idea. I've done a live test private and it was fine. Sure, it's not something you're doing your settings on Ecamm.
Well, James is all right, isn't he, James?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
You'd be able to tell me.
James is fine. It's only you, Kieron. I don't know.
Yeah, I can see I'm about a minute behind.
Mm.
And yeah, I've done a speed test and it's fine.
And you're hardwired in as well. There's nothing I can change individually for you that would be different.
My camera settings.
It's not just your camera, is it? It's your speech. It's your voice, your speech.
I don't understand. Let's go to speed test and just check what's happening.
While you're doing all that, James, why don't you tell us what you're vaping on?
Yeah, no worries. So I've got the Valkyrie from Vapor's Cloud and the Electric Blue sitting on top of the Rinko Manto Beast PWM. I'm going to be switching between these two. I've got the Fat Fish RDA as well. What else have I got? Inside the Fat Fish, I've got Shock from Juice and Power. It's essentially Skittles. I've got inside the Valkyrie, I've got Guerrilla Warfare from Live Lounge Liquids, which is a caramel banana flambe.
Can you hear Kieron?
Yeah, I can. Oh, God. I'm also on the Typhoon GTR on my custom Aegis Solo with the yellow dragon skin. And
Right.
inside that, I've got absolute tobacco hazelnutty. And that's me. On to you.
And that's you. That's you. Right.
That's
well,
me.
what I was doing was I found this. Well, I haven't found a spring. I'm using a spare spring for this, and I've got on the screw. All I've done so far is get a coil in it. So I might wick that. I was hoping that Kieron's playback or whatever was going to be fine, and I was going to just do it while you boys were talking about something, maybe even do it on camera, but that's not going to be as, life isn't as smooth and slick as that, is it, James?
Never
right.
is. Never is.
Never is. YouTube's just telling me we're live. Right, okay, if I put on the, if I can find it, table cam, I'll put that on just for a second there, so I can show you as we go through as well. So it's all a bit billet boxy style tonight that I'm on.
Super jealous.
Billet box itself, and inside there I've got the Ed Dope with no battery again. There you go.
I was going to say, the man's got two cameras, chat, and he keeps holding it up to the green screen, and he looks like he's got no battery in there whatsoever.
Yeah, I forgot about that. It's funny, isn't it? Look, this vape's with no battery. How bizarre.
It's kinetic.
Never thought of that. Could have done a wind-up, couldn't I? No battery, and it still vapes. Right, so that's that. Next, I'm on... Bum, bum, bum.
I really like that. The Husser. It's so nice.
The Husser. Right, Kieron's trying to join. Let's see if we can get Kieron on the screen. Oh, he's disconnected again straight away. Right. Try again in a minute, hopefully.
Yeah.
Inside here, I've got another Ed Dope. Now, I think everyone that's heard about these has heard about the clicky door. That doesn't actually worry me, I'll be honest. It doesn't. It would some. Because I haven't found myself sitting there clicking that door at all. Not at all. Saying that, should it really click? Not really, should it? Not when, a mod of this money, it should sit flush and not do that. But, I don't know. There are some devices you can forgive them certain things because you like them. I don't know if that makes sense. And some people say, no. Say it how it is. If it was Chinese, you'd be saying it was crap. So, and I get that. But the rest is finished so nicely. All the buttons in the bottom. The fire button is in a lovely place. Everything else is done so well. Perhaps with the exception of the machining on the top of this button could have been a bit better. I don't know if you can see that. That could have been... You can basically see where the machine has gone round. But
It's
other
called
than that...
chatter, isn't it? Chatter. You see, it's called chatter when you can see machine marks.
I don't know the technical term for it, James, but you can just see the, where the bottom of basically the drill has marked where it's gone in. Where you'd have thought for that kind of money, perhaps they'd have got those burrs off and put a nice polished edge on it. So, but anyway, so I'm on that. I'm also on the Slim. so I have to. Joe, I've been really boshing these two, and it is no lie. Look, see if you can see the 7,423 puffs on that one. And 9,024 on that one. So I'm not just saying I'm using them, I am using them. Kieron's in and out like a
fiddler's elbow.
I don't know what.
A fiddler's elbow.
Fiddler's elbow, we'll take that. That'll do.
You actually have a question from my colleague Tam. He's asking, let's see if I can quickly scroll up because it was directed to you directly.
Right.
I really want to try a billet box, AIO, or something like that. Is it any good?
He wants to try. Is it any good?
Yeah, a billet box or an AIO or something like that. Are they any good?
Well, perhaps if I tell you what else I'm vaping on, that might lead him nicely into what I probably think he might suggest he buys first. The Mod 2, show it down here as well, and inside the Mod 2, I've got the new Bishop Cube from Ambition Mods. These I put them on the website last night. They arrived yesterday, so they are live. There's a lot of people bought them already. So anyone who doesn't know, they are on there. Have a little vape on that. And let's show you what you get basically in the box. There it is. Show it down here. Shall I just show you this bit? That'd do, wouldn't it? Now you need, the nice thing about this is that you don't need a separate part to test your coil once you put your coil on. So let's just take that off. So any old mod, just to take the base out. Excuse my hands, everyone. I've had a right heavy day, and that dirt is ingrained in, so I'm sorry, but I can't help that. So there's the deck. How close can I go with that?
Yeah,
There
good.
you go. So it's a bit like the Bishop.
Exactly like the Bishop.
Yep. So your coil goes between the screws, and your wick just lays straight in those half moons in there. Snip, snip. And again, like the Bishop, takes its air. So I'll show you that. Takes its airflow from the side with interchangeable pins. So really is like the Bishop, but built for the billet box.
Do you know? I would. This would make sound quite controversial, but it actually reminds me more of the Ripley.
The Ripley. Yeah, well, same sort of thing, aren't they?
Yeah. Just when you talked about the air pins and how like the cotton lies in those little trays, it just reminds me of the Ripley.
Yeah.
You good, Kieron? You good?
I don't know. You tell me.
Yes, you're fine.
Yes.
Minute, you're fine. don't move. I think you missed that, Kieron. I was just showing everyone the new Ambition Mods Cube.
I saw that on Twitter.
Yeah.
I didn't know you were getting them in. I've already pre-ordered one from somewhere else. Sod. You didn't tell me you were getting them in.
If you go on Ambition Mods website, Kieron, you see who represents them in the UK. You'll see only one name.
I didn't buy from Ambition Mods themselves, did I?
Naturevape. Oh dear.
It looks like you. Sorry to interrupt you two, but Adrian Mason has got a question for you, Mark. He says, "Are there 1mm pins available for the Bishop 3 Borrow?"
1mm pins. 1 mil.
Yes.
What comes with it? 1.2, I think now. Yeah, 1.2, 1.6, and 2mm pins. Are the pins different to? Keep chucking stuff about. Leave that on there. Are they different to, like let's say the Ripley? Let's take the Ripley out there.
That's actually a really good point. Are they cross compatible?
No, I don't think they are. I think they are different. We'll have a look. Just because it's Adrian, no, they're different. That's the length of the pins on that one. That's on the cubed, I think. Yep. Oh god, yeah, they're longer. Look.
Yeah.
A lot longer. Yeah. So no, at the moment, Adrian, no, they're not. Where's the mod? I took this off. Here.
So 1.2 seems to be the smallest for
1.2 is the small. Knowing Ambition Mods, they'll probably make 1mm pins. I would have said. They'll probably come with the next round of spares and things. They're not, and they probably would if I asked them. So I'll have a word with them, Adrian, because that's a relevant point. Not everyone wants 1.2, but some people want smaller. Right, put that back in there. What's Kieron gone again?
Yeah, it was going fine, and then next thing you know, you were talking about airflow pins, and he disappeared. Now I just kept the
Airflow
conversation
pins.
going because I wasn't sure if he was on his way back or not, or
Airflow pins. Clearly that boring, airflow pins. Right. So I'll have a vape on the Mod 2. Yeah, so to answer that, the previous gentleman's question, wants a billet box style device. I mean, there are so many now that take this. Effectively, this is a borrow tank, effectively, because a borrow tank goes inside and you can have things like this that are made for it, or where's my borrow tanks? Where's a borrow tank? Here's one for standard coils. That was an SXK. I can't find my borrow tank. I usually got loads of borrow tanks sitting around here, but well, there's one in here, isn't there? Open that up and show that. There, that's what you'd normally class as the borrow tank. You slide the glass up and down to fill it up. So yeah, I mean, take your pick. But something like, in my view, the Mod 2 is probably less maintenance than a billet box would be. Certainly less expensive, and it will give you an indication as to whether that is something you want to keep going with, or it's just a scratch your head to itch. Is that the word?
I was going to say that's a new sentence.
That.
Well, Mr. Mark Trigwell said he's just ordered the new Bishop Borrow from yourself.
He's just ordered it. Okay,
I
lovely.
think so.
Mm-hmm. There's quite a few people.
I was going to say, what I would say, maybe say to Adrian is watch this space, and we'll let you know if we make 1 millimeter post holes.
Yeah,
I think that's reminding Mark to look.
I think that's going to be the way forward.
Yeah.
So who else have we got joined in chat? Frankenmiser, I think I've said him. I'd rather hear Kieron out of Odd Sync rather than not at all. I agree, Adrian. I agree. Just don't know what it is. It started happening last week, didn't it?
He said in chat it's a deeper PC issue. Hold on, I'll scroll up a second. Deeper PC. Sorry, I'm having to do a deep look at the PC. I should have not been having any trouble. This is freezing. Grr. There you go.
I don't know if Kieron could just use his phone, coming on his phone, could he? You used your phone, didn't you?
I did, yeah. I did for a wee while. Lynn Smith's asked you another question. It's another borrow question. Are you getting the Atmazoo borrow tank in?
Oh,
I don't know the name.
Yeah, they're doing their own. Basically, it looks a bit actually like that, and it's their own borrow tank that you just pull the bung out and fill. Yeah, I probably will, Lynn. Probably will get them. Yeah, I do. I normally stock the Atmazoo stuff, but I can't really see it being a massive seller, to be honest. There's so many variants now, the borrow tank, that it's getting a bit. What benefits you actually getting by getting that, as opposed to, I actually quite like the slide down glass, fill it up, slide it up. These silicon bungs are all very well and good, but they don't last forever, do they?
One thing I will say that I quite like the borrow market and the billet box style kind of market is it's starting to now aim it towards the masses, whereas back years ago you would need to be on a list. You needed to know someone who knew someone who knew someone.
Absolutely.
Now everything seems to be more regularly opened, which is quite nice.
Yeah. No, it was. And I remember back in the day that I desperately wanted a genuine billet box. And I think it was every Saturday morning you had to get up at like Sparrow's Fart, and there was only a limited amount. And because everyone was, my internet connection was awful, and every time I tried to get one, I'd missed them. They'd gone. They were literally bang gone like that. And I just got annoyed with it. I just thought, this is crazy. We shouldn't have to fight over a product. Surely they can make more. And I think they could have made more. They were just trying to keep the hype going, which I kind of get that, I suppose. But, it would have just been nice if people could have perhaps gone on the waiting list or something like that and tick the next people along. But that doesn't create hype, does it? Waiting list, I suppose. But it was frustrating. But then, SXK came along and cloned them and things. And as you say, James, it went from something that people couldn't afford to something that people could readily afford.
On the market and the billet box style in the market as it starts.
Kieron, turn your live off YouTube, mate. That could be your issues.
No, that was the early one. Yeah.
I think he's just catching up on what he's missed.
I was, yeah.
Well, Kieron, while we can still see you, tell us what you've...
Is that actually better?
It's fine now, yeah.
What I've done is I've changed my camera back to my Logitech.
Have you?
My Elgato face cam did an update, and I'm not sure if that's what's causing the issue. I'm going to see if this works, then I know it's the Elgato face cam that's causing the issue.
Yeah, absolutely fine so far. Absolutely.
Right, it may well be the Elgato face cam. The update it did is causing issues, maybe.
God, I nearly bought one of them myself at one point. I'm glad I didn't.
Well, it's been fine all the time. It's fine for recording. It did an update about 2 weeks ago. Yeah, it did an update just before the last live show. It went wrong. So maybe if I roll it back to the last, so I'll try that next time.
Well, good evening, Kieron. Lovely to have you. Lovely to see your lips moving in time with your words. That's nice. think I just heard enough that. Did he mention, James, that he bought this somewhere else? I'm sure he did.
I did, because I didn't know you were getting them in.
Thought I told you. But anyway, tell us what you're vaping on, Kieron.
Tonight I'm vaping on my, as always, Cthulhu AAO. And then that one I've got my Jipax Honeycomb Latte. And I'm vaping on the Pandora V1 on the hilt from BP Mods. 18650 mod. And then that one I've got some light e-liquids black currant jam. And then I'm also going a bit old school. I'm vaping on the Blazer RTA from Coil Art on the G mod from Aviator Mods. And then
that is those G mods. Is it nice?
Yeah, lightweight, but yeah, really nice. And then that one I've got my Picano tobacco from Juice Cabin.
That's the one that comes with dog tags and stuff.
Yeah.
It does. You set up my phone because it's beeping.
Just before we go any further, obviously into the show, I think it was Stephen in chat. The borrow. God, my brain ain't working today. That borrow tank was sitting in the Ambition Mods 2. Is that what you've got that in, the new borrow tank?
Yeah.
Who, me or Mark?
Yeah, me.
Mark.
The Mod 2 comes with
Mod
the... 2. Right, let's explain it for people who don't know. I've got one here. Move that to one side. If you buy this as a kit, the Mod 2, that comes with the Molem bridge inside it. Now, the Molem, again, is a good little bridge and an easy one to use. That's all sealed up, but I've probably got one somewhere around here. The one I've got inside it, this one is their very latest one, which is the Bishop Cubed. Which, there you go, Bishop Cubed. So you've got choices there. The Molem fits in a standard borrow tank, which you also get with this. And the Ambition Mods borrow tank is also very good. I've obviously got their order just come in. Unfortunately, I ordered 100 of their borrow tanks and they missed it out of the packing.
Oh,
So,
dear.
yeah, I was a bit upset about that. And Shenzhen is completely shut down for COVID, completely. So I think they reopen or hope to reopen on the 21st. And as soon as they do, she's going to send them to me. But she did remember a pack. I've ordered spare glasses because people do break the glasses and the seals. It comes as a kit. They're not on the site yet, but there's spare seals and glasses, top, bottom, and front seal, and a glass that and they'll fit the normal borrow tank as well. So they're all. I've physically got them, but they're not on the site yet. And also, before I forget, and I've been asked this from quite a few people, and I can't remember who they are. The Ripley top cap, the fill bung, this bit here. I've now got some spares of those because 2 or 3 people that I know of have lost them. So they're now here. So if you've lost your Ripley bung, I have got some. Before I forget, just such a little piece that people lost, wasn't it? And I can fully, if you get that ping out, it's down the sink, isn't it? If you're cleaning it, it's down the plug hole, isn't it? So
Yeah.
You'll lose it. So I do get that. So had you finished what you're vaping on, Kieron?
I think that was it. Oh, and a little pod kit. It's going to be the new Oxford Slim CE simple version. That's with the new V2 pod in it.
Yeah, and I also sent you a V2 pod, didn't I?
You did, yeah.
For yours.
The one you sent me was a 0.6 and 0.8 was it?
0.8.
The one pre-installed, and the one pre-installed is a 0.6. So yeah.
Right. So now you've had a chance to try the 0.8 and the 0.6, or just the 0.8?
I have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
Now I've been quite vocal as to how good I think they are. What are your thoughts on them, Kieron?
Good flavour, and so far no leaking. I've filled up one about 5 times now. No leaking.
I've had no leaks.
Yeah.
No leaks.
So, yeah, really good.
Did you find it sweeter? The
Well,
flavour.
the juice on vaping is quite sweet anyway, and it's blackcurrant jam, so it's hard to say if it's sweeter. It's a sweet jam, so yeah.
Let me ask a different question then, obviously, because you know that jam very well by the sounds of it.
Yeah.
Does it taste different? Like different notes? Taste different?
No, not really. It's not quite as, because that is it says blackcurrant jam on the label, but it is jam on toast. And I think in my RTAs I'm getting the toast more. In the Slim CE, I am getting the toast, but not quite as much.
Right.
That's quite normal for me with pod kits because I'm so used to rebuilding. I always find them just slightly different. Not bad, but not like an RTA for me personally.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
I just still maintain I've tried a lot of pods, and that's
great flavour, really good flavour.
That's top.
Yeah, for pod style coil, really good.
Mm. Right, who have I missed? Mike Haynes has joined us. Good evening to you, Mike. Anyone else that I hadn't mentioned? Jay, I think I said because he was, I thought, new. Josh Not Herb was said. Grateful Ant. Good evening, Mr. Intense. Good evening to you. Who else have we got here? Albert Valenti. Good evening, Albert. Patrick, I've said. Vote Greenback, I've said. Scrolling. Oh, my Lord. I'm miles behind.
I'm not in red chat. I've been
miles behind. All about good airflow. Yeah, I couldn't disagree with that. The airflow is so important, isn't it? So important when it comes to like these billet boxes. I think
it is.
Mark, there you go. There's your comment. So we've answered that about the 1 mil pins. So when do you expect your Bishop Cube to arrive then, Kieron? Your pre-order.
It depends because it's all been locked down, like you said, so it's stuck there. I'm not going to say where I got it from, but it was a Chinese company and they are based in Shenzhen, so it'll be a little while before it gets here now.
He looks very
On,
smug with himself.
on a plus note, my legal RDA from the United States arrives the other week, which is good.
Did it?
Yeah. That was quite expensive to get it from the United States, but yeah.
It does look very nice, though.
Yeah, it's very
I
good.
like the air, how you do the airflow in that RDA. It's really, really nice.
Yeah, been enjoying that.
Evening, Dean.
Oh, Dean.
I'm scrolling through. And there's a message that you saw from Kieron that I didn't.
Yep.
I really do think it's the Elgato face cam then. If this is working fine, then
You're
it's the
absolutely
Elgato.
fine now. 100% fine.
So now I know what to do now. Look at the Elgato and roll it back. Stupid. I hate when they do updates that don't work.
Well, I think the trouble is as well that I showed you two boys a screen share tonight, that this has had an update tonight as well. It's nearly every week there's an update of this system as well that I use. So it only takes one little clash, doesn't it?
Also, with Windows, we all know because Windows 11 is coming now. They always start to introduce glitches. They always do that. It's a marketing ploy to make it upgrade.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not going to Windows 11. I'm saying Windows 10. Thank you.
Just stick with Apple. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, shut up.
That's probably what it is. Apple and Windows clashing.
Could be.
Good evening, Daniel.
The internal war.
Loads of DIY going on.
And send it now. Mark just ordered the new Bishop Borrow RBA. It's I will be doing a review of it. I mean, it's dead easy to build. And if you like the Bishop and you've got a billet box, I guess that's a bit of a no-brainer, really, because it's so similar. I don't know what pins I got in there. That's I had it in the billet box while I was trialing it. I had it in the billet box, but I thought because it's Ambition's product, I probably ought to be putting it in their mod for tonight. And the airflow's a bit more open in their mod than it is the billet box. So, yeah.
What do you think of it so far, though?
I like it. I do like it. I think in here I'd need the smaller airflow pin. And I don't know what I did with the box that they sent me. I've had this sample for ages, haven't I? Probably 6 weeks, I'd say. And I haven't really talked about it that much because I didn't want to, I knew it was a little while ago. They had their Chinese New Year holiday coming up. And I had it before then. So, and I just thought it's going to be a little while yet. And to be fair to you as well, Kieron, when they arrived yesterday, I didn't even know. I didn't know that was a surprise that they'd arrived. I'm like, oh, they're here.
They're here.
Yeah, normally they'll tell me that, they've sent them, and perhaps because everything's shut down, maybe it was quite hard for them to actually get them in the mail. It could have been.
Yeah.
And, so well done them. Well done, Ambition Mods. They always look after me well. Albert, what's Albert but? Mark, how's the Gammo, mate? Not seen any reviews at all about it. Well, I guess, Kieron, you'll have a review.
I was about to say, come back to my channel tomorrow, Albert, and you'll see it.
There you go. I don't even know
so
when.
It's coming up tomorrow.
I'm not going to lie, Albert. It's not one of my favourites.
No, me neither.
Yeah, but it's all right. It's all right. But
it's all right. It's average, but it's not anything special. Simple as that. Okay, well, that's a review done now.
That's the review done. Don't need to watch it. Yeah,
it's all right. Yeah,
all right. I've had better. I've had worse.
Desperately trying to go through, sneak through chat as we're talking. So, all right. So that was Stephen James asking what mod it was. The mod 2, also by Ambition Mods. It's on the site.
I'll need to talk to the missus, see if I can get hold of one of them, and that would be me quite happy. One of the
because you haven't got anything that takes a borrow tank, have you, James?
Nothing.
No.
Absolutely nothing.
Saying that, I've only got two things. I got the Cthulhu and the Pulse one. The Pulse one I don't touch.
No. Well,
Is that because of how it's made, or is that a quality thing for you?
No, it's a size thing. I know it's 2170 battery, but I just find the Cthulhu is just more pocket friendly. I like it in my hand. It's comfortable. It's just a size thing.
Size matters, and Kieron likes it in his.
Size matters, as my wife will say. Yeah, absolutely.
Evening Iggy and Evening Dion. Two more names that just came through. Good evening, both of you. What else was I going to mention? I've mentioned the Ripley the fill pins. I know there's a few people. So if you are one of those people, just drop me an email, or next time you order, I'll include you one or something like that in the. I can't remember if I had to pay for it now. I can't remember. But anyway, we're not going to fall out over a pin. Never would fall out over a pin. I'm really chuffed you sussed what the problem is with your camera then, Kieron. You're fine now.
Well, if this is working fine now, it's the Elgato face cam. The update is done. It's got to be.
It's all it can be, isn't it? Because you've got quite a bit of Elgato stuff, haven't you?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
Like I said, it did an update about 2 weeks ago, just before that show it went wrong. I didn't think about it. It just said, I thought, right, I'll change the camera. I don't know how this looks, because I don't really use the Logitech much anymore for FaceTime. It's usually for close-ups. But if it's working, it's working.
Yeah, it looks fine.
I'll do.
Yeah, I was going to suggest just try and use your
with all my new lighting behind me, and there's not sort of how it all looks.
Your phone, but it's fine. You got blues and reds.
Blues and reds and greens.
And a wee bouquet of flowers.
Yeah, that was for the wife the other day. I spoke her.
Got to put this comment on the screen, haven't I? Just got to. Thank you, Tam.
Tam is a huge fan of your coils.
Quite a lot of nice comments about him lately. It's nice. It's always nice when you do something right. Do you know what I mean? That means a lot to me when people are happy with what they bought. I know, in life for me as well, when I buy something and you get it and think, oh, well, I thought it'd be better than that. That's disappointing, isn't it? But when you get something, you think, oh, I really like that. Like a Milwaukee light I ordered. I thought I read the reviews of this light, and a lot of people didn't seem to like it. Anyway, it came through. I think it's absolutely amazing. I think it's brilliant. So I was over the moon. Anyway, I won't go on about my Milwaukee light. LED lights, a whole new bag of worms, can of worms, whatever.
Why is Neil Pitt saying there's no sound?
Don't know. Has everyone else got sound? I think people would have said before now.
Oh, no, they are. It's back now. It must have been him himself. No sound for me. Restarted. Still no sound. No, he said it's back now. Must just be him. Okay.
Ooh. Put this one on the screen as well. There you go. So I got it right, then I got it wrong. Received Drake's juice from Naturevape, and the juice expires to March 2022. Any
news from Dan about what's happening with them?
Yeah, I've spoke to Dan, and Dan from Drake, and he's always positive when I speak to Dan. Always positive. And yeah, we're doing this, we're doing that. They won't be long now. They're coming now. Well, I was told this last October, I think.
To say, I spoke to him on Twitter a few times. He said the same things to me, but it's just I don't know what's happening.
And it just never materialised. He's a lovely bloke and lovely juice. And I've got, I wouldn't like to say how many hours I've wasted replying. It's not a waste because it's customer service. But having to reply to customer inquiries by email, when are you getting the Drake's juice in? And you have to type out an email, and it's just annoying. It's not for the want of me, I want to buy it. It's not that I'm holding money back. It's not, the price hasn't even entered into this. It's just he cannot.
Is his stuff still stuck in Germany? Has he not got it all back over yet?
I think he's got it back over, or he bought all new. I think
right.
in the end. But that's what made he was so positive the last time I spoke to him. So hopefully we're not far away. But that is the only news.
Because we need him back in the UK. We need another net vapor sort of juice maker because we're losing Basic Liquid obviously at the end of this month.
Yeah, talk to people about that, Kieron. You know more than I do, and Joe.
Yeah, I'm on a Facebook group. It's just Andy's had a few issues life-wise, family-wise, and he's just shutting up shop. He can't put his time into it anymore. He's got personal things as well, which we all have. But it's a shame though, because they've been going for a good.
And this is Best Sig e-liquid, was it?
Best Sig e-liquid, yeah.
Yeah.
All the stuff now is like half price. I mean, it's all gone. That's it. It's gone. No more Best Sig liquid.
So anyone who wants a bargain, hop over.
Hop over there. Absolutely.
I put the link in my Facebook earlier on today. So if you've got my profile, it should be the last thing or the second last thing that I put on there. And you go in and have a look and give them a hand.
Because without them, without Drake's, we've only got like Juice Cabin really for nets in the UK. Net manufacturers in the UK. It's a shame. I mean, I buy a lot of my concentrates from France when I make my own DIY tobaccos. But I like to buy ready-made stuff when I can. But if there's only going to be Juice Cabin, it's going to be limited. Isn't it? So Drake's need to get their arse back in gear and get on.
They do. I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, that will fill a gap in the market.
Yeah. Well, it was always really popular, but I've had some people get quite annoyed with me, and it's not me, honestly. Everybody, it's really not what I've done. All I do is sell it, but I can only sell what I've got.
Yeah, exactly.
Problem. We had some a guy actually only today wanted some Havana, and the site was showing out of stock, and I physically went and looked for him. We did actually have a few, and but he's bought them all, so that's now gone.
Greedy.
Well, there wasn't that many.
I was going to say, not to take any obviously business away from yourself, but this is a juice range that has Havana. Absolute. The company that I work for. They have Havana as well. They've got it in a 200ml bottle, 50/50 mix.
Is that a net tobacco?
Is that a net tobacco?
No, this is Absolute. This is done by.
So it's just tobacco flavouring then, James.
Yeah, it's tobacco and hazelnut. Yeah.
So, I hear what you say, but it's the people, the customers that I have for the they want the naturally extracted tobacco, and that's what you want as well, Kieron. That's what. Yeah.
Like I say, I go to France for my concentrates, but it could be quite expensive.
Yeah.
But I make big batches. I make like 500ml batches. I've got like 16 500ml bottles already steeping in there from different things. Because I'm a big tobacco vapor. I always have been.
Yeah.
I don't mind fruits and things, but not all day. I still like tobacco.
Yeah, I still like the odd tobacco. I mean, where's my bottle that I had around here? It's gone now. I really need a tidy up in here. I've got stuff literally. Do you know what I saw the other day that I've got? I don't know if you can see it. Top tank. Put it on here. Top tank.
Oh my god!
How old is that?
It's like that one I pulled out yesterday. This is the Blazer RTA from Coil Art. It's got to be 2 years old.
Yeah, it's very old.
But it just performs well.
Still in the wrapper. Subtank Nano.
Oh, God. That is an old tank.
That'll be worth a fortune one day.
No, it won't.
That is a collector's item. Tells Tina, she says, "I'm putting this in the bin."
I think she does. I think she sneaks stuff in the bin when I'm not looking. Question from Neil Pitts. Mark, so which Borrow RBA do you find to be the best so far? Right. Well, that's quite easy for me to answer, actually. I don't know if Kieron's is the same, but I'll take the front panel off this. It's the Ed
Dope.
Dope.
Oh. Yeah.
What would you say, Kieron?
I want to ask about the device itself. Have they fixed the door on it?
Nope. 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 Nope.
Yeah, but for that price, I'm sorry, it shouldn't be that way. That's why I won't buy one. Simple as that. I don't mind spending money, as you know, but if it's got no.
That to me, that doesn't.
Me and James always say the first thing we're going to say to you is, "How's the door?"
Yeah,
any device.
I think
how's
I've
the
said
door?
everyone else as well. To me, I don't find myself rocking it. It doesn't bother me, and I can forgive it kind of. But I know what you mean. It shouldn't happen. It shouldn't be.
I mean, you probably could fix it yourself.
Yeah, well, it's more a case that because to me, honestly, when you want to take this door off, the magnets are actually quite strong. So if you push it at the side, it does actually enable you to take it off quite easily.
Yeah.
You know, but I don't sit there pressing the corner, making it go click, 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 click. It's not something that I do. And it goes on. But yeah, it's a shame. It just takes that glow away from it slightly, doesn't it? You know, what would have been the rest of it, though, Kieron, is made so beautifully well.
Yeah.
But, you know, and anyone who wants one of these, I don't actually sell them, but Steve at SR Vapes sells them. So hop on there. He's the main man for these, I think. Guess where this came from? So yeah, that would be my favourite bridge, I think, for the billet box. I think that dope for me. It just does everything I want it to do.
Yeah,
do you agree, Kieron?
Yeah, it's a good bridge.
And that doesn't take anything away from, you know, this Bishop Cube. There'll be people that like that in preference to the dope, but I just think so simple, the dope, isn't it? So easy, simple. And it just works. So, what more could you ask for, really? Pulled and buy. My Cube 3 coming tomorrow from Naturevape. Can't wait. See? Now, Kieron, Paul knew.
Well, you did tell me. we have a WhatsApp group. You know I'm always want to know what's new, you know. I think in future you should let us all know what you got coming in. You know what you should do on your site, like a lot like eSigma and other companies do. Have a, you know...
How dare you mention that company on this show?
Okay, make it what I want then. Have a pre-order section on the website so you can see what's coming in.
It's like, how do you mention another company and does another one? I think that's brilliant.
There's lots of companies out there, you know. Not just eSigma one.
A lot of reviews as well. Oh dear. Coil, good evening to you. Yeah, now my communication sometimes, Kieron, isn't great, and I should tell people more that what's coming. Trouble is, sometimes you risk feeling like a bit of a shopping channel.
I'm surprised that the Ambition one arrived like yesterday and it's already on the website. That's really good for you. Normally it's like 4 weeks later before you put it up.
Oh, he ain't gonna let go tonight, is he?
Nope.
Although you are right,
last show.
It is pretty good for me to get him on the same night and sit there.
I can talk now when you can hear me. I'm going to be never got you.
Doing it at, I think it was about 10:30, 11 o'clock last night. I was putting them on on the site.
I saw your post on Twitter and I thought, you sort of, I've ordered that.
I think this is where you need to actually buy post-it notes and put one on the I need to tell Kieron. I need to tell. You just keep putting it on the screen.
Coming in, just put it on WhatsApp so I know what's coming in. So I'm not
Artemis 2 coming in, Kieron. Do you now know the difference? What's the Artemis 2 is ordered. It's on its way, the new ones, but it is not, to clarify, like the ones that we got sent like this. It is not. It's the cotton version. This is... They shouldn't have sent us this. This isn't going to be released for about another 4 months. But they sent the wrong... Basically, they sent the wrong package to us, Kieron. That's what they did.
Yeah, they sent the top coil instead of the RDTA.
Yeah. So, but it's the RDTA.
It's very similar in design, but the RDTA is about 10 millimeters smaller. It's not
Yeah,
quite as
sure.
tall as the top coil.
And they are ordered on the way coming. So, and I think they've actually sent another sample for me to give to you boys. So
I'm going to review that one, the RDTA, when I get it. I'm also going to do the top color in the video as well, just show the difference so people know what's coming in the future. But right now, I won't review a product that's not going to be released for 3-4 months. I don't do that. That's
no,
not
only an idiot would do that, wouldn't they?
Showing your viewers, oh yeah, look at this, it's great. You can't buy it yet. I hate that. I really hate that.
I would never have done that myself. No, I can't understand anyone that would.
Some people reviewed it.
Yeah, I was going to say, anyone wants to see a review of the Artemis 2, it's on my channel.
Oh dear.
4 months ahead of time.
4 months ahead of time. Yeah, but that's good, isn't it? I want to show.
I think I had no idea. The thing is, if you told me it's not going to be out for 4 months, I would not have done a review on it. It's not out until autumn.
Who hasn't reviewed it yet?
To be fair, when Pirelli released a tyre, it used to be 2 years before you could get them. So 4 months is nothing, is it? It's absolutely nothing. But at least people know what's coming. And as you say, Kieron, they are so similar apart from the height. One's. I think the deck is the same. It's
the same, only it's not got the wire rope. It's got this channels there for your cotton.
Yeah.
Like it's about 1 centimetre.
Obviously, you mentioned the deck. There is one thing I want to point out to anyone who either buy. I'm guessing if the decks are identical, is if you're taking the deck out, there actually is a tiny spring on the opposite side of where the juice fill port is. If you take it out, it will just jump. So just be careful of that. So I went to do it today, and it went flying across the shop floor, and thank God I found it because it was tiny.
Ping.
That sounds like simple.
It was such a case of I left it. I want to have a look at this deck in more detail. I literally left it out here. I went ping. I just went fuck.
How
many springs have you lost, Mark, on the Yates Temple so far?
I lost one, and I nearly lost the second one trying to get the clamp. The clamp isn't easy to get back in, is it?
No, the whole idea is don't screw the screw too much, because that clamp, once you do the screw slightly, it wobbles sideways. It's so much easier to put the wire through the side than into it. You don't need to undo that screw at all, really, too much.
I want to get a wick in here so I can see if it's... What was the criticism? It sounded whistly.
Let me grab mine.
Let me get coil in here. Let me dry burn it. Stratton and Mech mod. That's the only one I can see. I'm sure it'll be fine.
I was going to say, just put it on the Molin. Put the thing in the Molin and...
This will do.
I don't think it's I personally don't think it's a nice looking RTA.
You don't? Ooh, there's a hot spot in there. Let's get this going. Could do it.
I do like it. It's just, it is a bit noisy. I know some people say it whistles. Mine doesn't whistle, but it is noisy sometimes. Good flavour.
I've got a major hot spot in here.
Should use Naturevape coils.
You say if you hear anything, sorry, the cat is playing with a toy underneath my
I think
feet,
I used their coil actually, Kieron.
listen.
I didn't, but I'm going to tell you that.
Let's see.
That's coming now.
Oh, cat's jumping on me. Go away.
There you go. That will do, won't it? Let's get some cotton in there. So go on, let's hear. Sorry, Kieron, let's hear yours again. Scissors. That is quite whistly, isn't it?
Sounds like a kettle over boiling.
It is noisy. It's not the quietest RTA.
Where does it pick up the juice from?
Like, obviously you must have tried this then, Kieron. Did you try and raise in the coil to see if it stopped it making the whistle? Did you try?
I found that if you raise the coil higher, it makes the whistle worse. You actually lower the coil below where you put the rod in to hold it. When it's installed, push the coil down a little bit more, It takes away the whistle a bit more. For me personally. See, it all depends on your vape, because some people, like I've always said in my reviews, go really suck hard. Whereas I don't, I'm a light inhaler, so
Yeah, I can hear it.
Yeah.
What about have you tried different coil sizes, or are they roughly all the same? Because I'm just thinking if it's restriction, it's obviously making it whistle. Then that's
it is when the airflow comes in through the slots and it hits the honeycomb. It's making it whistle slightly. It is a slight issue with the way they designed it, but it's not whistle. The microphone obviously makes it sound worse. They always do microphones.
Was it Mike Vape? So you got a Dremel out on it?
Yeah, and I said in my review, I'm not going to take my Dremel out. I don't need to. It's bad, but not that bad.
Right. So have you watched? I haven't watched it. I think someone mentioned it, or it might have been you last time we spoke about it on here.
It could have been.
But have you watched his review now? Because you don't normally until you.
I have watched his review now, and his is a lot louder than mine is, and I don't quite know why. Because the way he built it is the same way I build it. So,
do you think it may be a batch issue then?
Like I said, it could just be the person. It depends on how hard you inhale, how hard you suck on it. Pardon the pun.
Pun pardoned.
Pardon the pun. Some people got good suction, some people don't.
You're not enticing me down that road, Kieron.
My wife's upstairs. I have to behave, actually.
Sorry?
My wife's upstairs, so I better behave.
Yes, she had. It's very smutty.
She just giving you that look of easy.
No, she's upstairs watching a movie with Tristan in his bedroom.
Right. I've never built this thing before, and I haven't read any instructions or anything. Is that right, Kieron?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
right.
Keep that cotton nice and fluffy, because remember, it is gravity fed. Simple as that. Don't pack it down too tight. You don't need to.
Let's get some strawberry custard on there. Naturevape strawberry custard. Shameless plug.
It's just been quite full of them. I have a review on this. I've done this. I've done that. I have this website. I have that website. I have ambition mods. You might as well just stand with just hold a plug up and go, here.
I'm not even watching what's going on in chat. I'm not. I'm trying to have a quick look, shouldn't I?
See, I'll leave you two in charge for how long, and it just.
Just been messaging each other. It's really nice to see.
I was talking about best with a lot of people, yeah. I mean, they did have a lot of flavors. Like you say, there's going to be some that aren't good. I won't say. I mean, I like best of liquid, but I'm not going to say every single juice is amazing, because I've had some that I really didn't like. That's just the way it is. But yeah, 50% off everything. You don't need a discount code. It's just done automatically at the basket when you put them in a basket. It's just half price done. From what I saw early on, I went under to look at some concentrates, and the ones that I usually use from the audio, they've already gone, they've already finished. He's got a lot of the pre-made stuff, but I think a lot of the concentrates people have bought already to get it in, because they won't get it again after that, will they? Because I went there to buy some old Captain, and that's gone totally. The short fills and the concentrates. It's just a shame. I like that one.
I wouldn't call that noisy.
No, I mean, my microphone picks up sound. Depends where I've got it placed. It's not that bad, personally, off camera.
But
yeah, but anything sounds loud next to a microphone.
I don't think
even something like this. Actually, it's quite quiet. I'll take that back. I love this little RTA. It's just easy to build and it's good flavour with it.
I wouldn't say that's any noisier than any other, really.
No.
To be honest. A little bit turbulent, isn't it? But
yeah, but not to the extent you need to take it apart, sort of drilling the hell out of it. Sorry, no.
Well, I did promise them that I would show it off on the show. They were kind enough to send it to me. And apart from, I was going to do it the other week, but the spring pinged off and I didn't realise there was a spare. I just got all uptight with it. So there you go, everybody.
Are you stocking them though now?
I'm not stopping it. I don't. There's nothing.
They just sent you one, did they?
They sent me one. Yeah.
Like they sent me two.
Did
black
they?
and silver. Yeah, with a black one I'm giving to one of my patrons, which would be Daniel, obviously.
I don't think. I don't think the flavour's all that, is it? It's fresh coil, so fresh wick. So
It takes a while. I'd say give it a few mils of e-liquid before it starts breaking in a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. So it's not. I don't think it's worth moaning too much about it. I don't think it's that bad at all.
No.
It's just, whether you found, is it anything exceptional, better than anything else? Probably not either. I wouldn't have thought, in my opinion. For what it's worth, for what it's worth.
Yeah, because like that's a great thing about the vaping market is there's literally something out there for everyone. So, for example, if Kieron really likes that tank, you think it's and you prefer another mouth-on tank like the Ed Zachary, for example, you love that, and I love the GTR. Like, and you guys may go, I've never tried that, or yeah, I'm not a big fan. If there's something out there for everyone, and that's something that I like the fact that these companies are trying to cater for such a huge market. Oh, Halloween.
Yeah. Sorry, Mark. Your airflow, is it fully open?
Fully open.
You got half closed. Like, see, mine's half closed. Just see that Agent Mason's coming because I have mine half open. And then if I fully open it.
Oh, I didn't get it.
Yours has got a fade.
I pressed the button wrong.
I think it's fully open. It makes a bit more noise.
Right, so Kieran's, yours makes more of a whistle, and Mark, yours comes in near enough the end, just at the very end of your inhale. Yours is pretty much kind of consistently all the way through, Kieran.
Yeah.
And that's just me being independent, because obviously I don't have one, so it was just a case of letting you know what I can hear.
You could have one, James. You could have one. I would say that my coil, I put that probably as low as it would get. So whether that makes a difference or not, I don't know. Maybe that's why I wasn't getting tremendous flavour. It's not bad.
Come back in a week's time and you'll be like, yeah, let it break in. It's actually really good.
Yeah, I might do. I might be eating all my words. Might not. I might be. So I love it now. I wouldn't part with it for the world.
Everything else is in the bin. Tina's over the
moon. What Nick juices would be better? What milligram for? What's this? I'm using the Health Vertex mouth to lung RTA with a G mod, the 10 ml Nick salts at 16 watts, which I find a bit harsh on the throat. What Nick juices would be better? Right. Well, for me personally, I don't like salts, Nicky, at all. They make me sneeze and cough. I find them harsh as well on my throat. So I mix up my own, and it's nearly always this flavour. If the lights will go off it. Blackcurrant, raspberry and lime. I mix it up as a 60-40 at 9 milligram. 9 or 6? 9. 9 milligram strength at 60-40. And if you, again, if you go on the site and on concentrates, you'll see the mixing calculator. It's not hard to do. It's easy to do. Whether you like that flavour or something different, or whether you buy concentrates from somewhere else, not me. I'm not saying you got to buy mine, but they're not hard to mix up. But we've always had this problem where if you buy a short fill like this one, the Udderly or any other, they're really designed to be mixed to 3 milligram strength. So you dump in a 100 ml bottle, you dump in 2 short fills, and there you got your 3 milligram for direct lung vaping, which doesn't help people for mouth to lung vaping. So that's why I tend to mix up my own from concentrates, and so do a lot of other people. What do you do, Kieron?
I even when I do short fills, because I buy my own nicotine. So I put my own nicotine, we have 6 milligrams from mouth to lung, 3 milligram for direct to lung. That's it. That's all I ever do. 6 or 3.
Yeah, but the problem is,
I don't switch nicotine.
My point was and always is that if you put in, we can't get 4 Nick shots in a 100 ml bottle anyway. But to get that to 6 milligram strength, you'd have to put 4 Nick shots in, and then it dilutes the flavour. It doesn't taste as nice, and so on.
Yeah, that I mean, I don't use Nick shots. I use my own nicotine.
Yeah,
I have 72 milligram. I'm 36, so I use 36 of the 10 ml Nick shot, which gives you 6 milligrams in a 50 ml short fill.
I'm with you. I understand what you do. Yeah, so I hope we've sort of kind of answered your question, Nicky. But some people love salts, Nick salts. Some people absolutely love them. But personally,
I need to for them.
I was going to say obviously a couple of things you could try is maybe putting the wattage down a little bit. For one, because obviously it's 16 watts. It's a mouth to lung coil. You could be maybe a little bit lower. If it's an RTA, maybe you change your coil placement, and like both Kieron and Mark said, maybe move on to a 3-base liquid, maybe like a 6 or a 12. Maybe something like that might work.
What were you going to say, Kieron?
Was that for the Vertex RTA?
Yeah.
Because there's 3 different airflows on it, isn't there? Under the coil, you can turn it around. It's a little disc system, isn't it? I've got that one. You got the slot, the 3 holes, and I use that mine with the 3 holes under the coil with my 6 milligrams, and it's fine for me.
Vertex.
Yeah.
Hey? Another piece of stuff on my
It's a good RTA, actually. It is good.
Show and tell. I always love watching this. It's like show and tell.
Neil Pitts has gotten it's back now. I just read a comment after it's back. So
Naturevape Mark, that was like 5 hours ago.
I'm going through. But you see, the trouble is you two missed things. You didn't see Ian above the clouds come in, did you? See?
I'm just watching my camera, making sure it's all working.
I'll tell you what,
I was just talking rubbish as usual.
Tell you what we haven't done yet is my stocks. Where's my phone?
You must be a millionaire by now. It's been about 3 weeks since I've heard about your stocks.
Have you seen what's happened to the stock market? It's just gone.
I should imagine it's all in the red. I can imagine.
Technically speaking, the stock market.
Did you invest in Russian oil at any point?
No, but I did have a Russian gold mine in my own personal stock, which I sold very quickly. And then now you can't even trade them now. They've stopped trading. Actually, just before I do stocks, I do want to talk about one thing. I mentioned earlier at the start of the show why I didn't feel like I could do a show last week. I just felt like I couldn't put a smiley face on while all this was happening to Ukraine. It just upset me. Big style upset me, and still is. But I did read a news article, and sometimes you shouldn't read things because they're not always true anyway, saying that China was going to show its support to Russia. Well, my temper went into boiling point, and I said, right, I ain't buying any more Chinese products then, if that's the case, So then I kind of got to thinking, especially, there's one company, and the companies I deal with, they're not the Chinese government, and the Russian people we may talk to in this country and in other places, that's not the Russian government, if you know what I mean. So by me not buying, say I didn't buy off Ambition Mods, I'm hurting a little company because of something their government's doing. It'd be like someone not buying from me because of something Boris Johnson's doing. It wouldn't be fair. So I have calmed down from that position. I was just so bloody angry. And, you feel like saying, I don't want anyone to ever tell me I've got to recycle a bottle again, because how can you just do so much destruction to the planet as well? And also in this day and age, it just disgusts me, absolutely disgusts me that this is going on. And I'll stop it there because I could.
The whole situation is just stupid in a way. It's like, I mean, they're all saying about all the sanctions they're doing. I'm going to be maybe controversial here. They're saying about all the sanctions against Russia and it's all working. Yeah, that's all well and good doing all these sanctions. Who's suffering the most? The people.
Yeah, the people are, yeah.
Not all Russians are, wanting the war, but they're the ones that suffer the most. And they're all like, yeah, we're going to cut them off. That's really well and good, but give a thought to them as well.
Yeah, yeah.
One of the things I found really...
we haven't got a choice. We can't just say, no, but we're not doing it. He says, right, we go to war, but we go to war. It's the people, the public suffer more than the government in any country, in any side.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel sorry for some of these Russian people because imagine what it's like there now. They've got nothing. Can't even get money out of the banks.
No.
Can't buy food.
Can't buy McDonald's.
Can't buy McDonald's. Netflix has gone. You've had it.
I mean,
yeah.
One of the things I found really interesting, granted, obviously, it was a paper that I was reading on the bus this morning. It was like...
Hang on, that must have been yesterday's paper that someone left on the bus because you are Scottish. You didn't surely buy it.
Is it the big issue? Or...
As this is short horror mark, I can actually read. One of the things that I found really interesting about the article was it was about like Russia's version of Sky News, and they were talking about like nothing was happening, everything was positive, and one of the other anchors came on with this big cardboard sign. Yeah, it was like that's what it's like.
You're being lied to,
people and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Very brave woman. She will get probably 15 years plus in prison for that, if not more severe. So what a brave woman she was.
For 24 hours and then she came back again. So I don't know what happened, but something happened. They did take her away, but she's come back again now.
Is she? No.
I think because she was too much in the public to make her just disappear.
Yeah.
If that had been broadcasted, you'd never seen her again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Simple as that.
Yeah. Anyway, so we'll I think if we carry on talking about it, we'll all get depressed. Oh, I've got no charge in my phone, or very little. Right, well, I won't low battery. Yeah, thanks for that. I won't go on about this for long because it's quite an easy one that I bought. I didn't tell everyone what I bought last week either. Let me get my phone up. Me phone. Will it come? Look at that, look. And as if by magic, up. I can't be up.
I'm fine.
Right. Last week's was digital reality, which is up by 0.7%. So that was last week's when we didn't have a show. This week's is physical platinum, which at the minute is slightly down. But even compared to silver, I think platinum is even more undervalued than silver is. And interestingly, that this is just life, isn't it? That some of mine are doing okay. Block is up 14%. Some of them, like my little Chinese drone, E-Hang at minus 44%. Well done, me. But I'm not worried. But isn't it amazing that everything on my watch list is green, near enough? Look at it. Everything, all my potentials that I was going to go with, uranium, silver, and gold, they've all, of course, gone up. Oh, Tina, I forgot swiping that away. So, yeah, that was my pick for this week, was physical platinum. I should have done some physical silver. Did I have that down the bottom here? Yes, I did. I should have done that, really. But I thought I still had a bit of time. But then who anticipated a war? And I did say weeks ago that the only thing that would possibly upset my stocks would be, of course, war. Not thinking in a million years that would come to reality. That was before any of this. Sorry, it was my fault. Yeah,
It's your fault.
100% my fault. Who would never thought in a million years that that would actually happen? So I thought it was all right saying that, but clearly not. So that didn't take long. Oh, and I forgot. James will read that out.
All information and opinions on this show are for entertainment purposes only and are in no way considered to be financial advice.
There you go. In other words, people, for God's sake, don't listen to me on what I invest.
In other words, I can read.
You missed a few words there.
I'm dyslexic. Leave me alone.
You got the bullet points, didn't you? You got the bullet points.
I did.
I
can read.
Not trivial.
Absolutely.
I didn't know about Bessig Liquid. Shame, as some of their juices were good. Customer service has been struggling of late. I suppose it would be if they're sort of about to, finding it all.
No, the last 2 months there's been a few issues. Like I said, there's been some family things going on with Andy Beard. It's not, it has been a few issues over the last couple of months. It's just a shame that they're going.
It's always a shame, but I think this industry, don't get the violin out for me, but it has got harder. As an online retailer, I can't hear it. I can see it. I can't hear it.
Well,
it has got harder, and if some people were like in the balance of is this all worth it, then yeah, I get it. I get why they've said, that's it. Let's call it a day. Because a bit like, and it's not like, but it is like, I know a mechanic, okay? He's a really good mechanic. He can get a job anywhere. What's he doing? Delivering for Tesco's, because he can earn as much money without getting his hands dirty. And that's where this country just seems weird to me at the moment. Yeah. A qualified, clever bloke is delivering groceries for Tesco's. Now, that's nothing against anyone that delivers groceries for Tesco's. I'm just saying that man's qualified and skillful. And, he could and should be, in my opinion, doing what he's best at. It's a skill, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think especially in this kind of climate, I think job security is probably a big reason for it.
I was about to say, people don't want to go self-employed, really, at the moment.
But he was working for a garage.
Oh, he was working for...
Yeah. And they're crying out they cannot get mechanics at the minute. If a garage in my area, I know loads that are looking for mechanics, loads of them, they're asking me, do I know anyone? And as soon as they discuss the wages, like, how much are you paying? 30 grand a year. Well, the mechanics go, huh? I want more than that now. They're not leaving for that kind of money. They want more. And to me, I mean, I know as you get older, you think, oh, that's a lot of money. But you do, don't it? But it does seem quite a lot of money to me, 30 grand a year, to be a mechanic. I think it's quite a lot.
That's a decent wage.
I think it's decent. It's well livable. You aren't going to struggle on it, are you? Really?
No.
I wouldn't have thought so. And I know that varies, I suppose, up and down the country. I mean, the housing, I guess, is quite expensive here. So, you're going to want a few bob. And maybe, James, I don't know if you want to discuss it, James, but we're talking about companies saying that, throwing in the towel, that's enough. I know this week you were a bit grumpy as well, weren't you?
Yeah, I just, I obviously just felt kind of a little bit annoyed with myself and how my channel's not been doing very well, and I felt a little bit discouraged. One thing that Andy Skint Vapor said to me goes, when it starts not being fun, then don't do it. And when I seen the views for the Artemis 2, considering it's like you just mentioned earlier on, it's not even released yet. Some of the bigger reviewers don't even have it yet, and I do. And I've got less than 50 views on it. It was quite disheartening. It got, for me personally, got to the stage of, what's the point?
It may be that people aren't searching for it because it's not been advertised as out.
Mm.
If you look
That's
at
a good
Twitter,
point.
Instagram, it says the RDT. If you change your tags to say the Artemis 2 RDTA, you probably get more traffic. If your tags are saying it's a top coiler, people aren't searching for it at the moment. Because you look at Instagram, they're pushing the RDTA. So maybe change your tags on the
Have
video.
you put that in as a as your tag, one of your tags? I would have done. You have.
Change it to Artemis 2 RDTA, just see what happens.
Yeah, I'll do that and see what happens.
Yeah, but I get it, James. I mean, I've got more subscribers than you have, and sometimes I'll do a review and say, "Christ, that took me all Saturday, and there's only 30 people watched that or whatever."
Yeah.
You know, and it does make you a bit despondent. You think, do people actually want to listen to what I've got to say or not? Because if they don't,
It's
I won't say
disheartening.
it. And it is a bit disheartening. I get that. I do get that.
We all get that feeling now and again. Of course we do.
He'll be all right, folks. Go and give him a little sub on his channel. That'll cheer you.
Subscribe.
No, I think for like one of the things that I have always said, the subs don't really matter to me. It's more about
It's the views.
It's not the views, because obviously I want to it's like been validated through my views, not my subscribers. Like I've got so many people who watch it that are unsubbed, and I'm like, you know what, that's cool by me. I'm absolutely fine. You're getting the information that you need. I'm happy with that. It's.
I like to go by a percentage of how many subscribers I've got to how many views I get. Now, not being funny, some of these American reviewers, they've got like 300,000 subscribers. So how come they only get like 25,000 views?
Because they bought them.
I was saying that, but not saying that, Mark.
That's what you told me off air, Kieron. You said they bought them.
You go by percentage of your subscribers. You should get at least 25% people watch a video.
Yeah.
The numbers don't add up. They never have.
Yeah, that's true.
It's my theory. I'm sorry, because some of these, I'm not going to mention their names, 425,000, but they get like 10,000 views on a video. It should be way more than that.
It should be, shouldn't it?
Of course it should. 10% at least. That should be 45,000 views per video.
Good point, Stephen. Oh, sorry, I was reading it as I came down the comments. The only thing stopping the DIY kits that I haven't got is the bottles to put, and that's me. That's lax of me. That came from when we got COVID, actually, that the bottles were in short supply. So, but all the concentrates and that is there. I think might be out of VG actually as well, but I'll rectify it. Leave that one with me. That's something for me to focus on. More focusing, see, boys. That's what I've got to do. More focusing.
I really ignored chat tonight. I'm sorry.
You what? Say again.
I've really been ignoring the chat. I've not been reading it.
Yeah, I'm putting some of the relevant ones on it. Mark Trigwell agrees with us. Persecuting the Russian Chinese workers is not always the answer, and it's not. No, it's like one man, isn't it? It's just like, but exactly, I almost think, when is someone going to grow a pair and actually say, right, you got one day to stop, otherwise you won't like the answer either. But we're all afraid of that button he's going to press, aren't we? And but how else are they going to end? What would you do at school to a bully? Someone who bullied you day in, day out. What would you do? I know I'd do.
I never got bullied in school.
Smash the bully square in the face.
Correct.
Yeah, I wasn't a bully, but you couldn't bully me.
Kieron was the bullier.
Yes.
I had two bigger brothers with me as well, so you know.
He was the bully that we're
No, I was never a bully. No.
No, but you would, wouldn't you? If you let him do it day in, day out, it's not going to get any better, is it? And it's just the same, but on a bigger scale.
Like, you got nukes, we got nukes. We're not part of NATO. Boom.
Graham said she got a £210 fine.
My issue, though, going back to all this war, is if he takes Ukraine, what's the stopping then going for, say, Poland?
Well, that's what I mean. Where does it stop?
And go and take my wife's country, Czech Republic.
Yeah.
Because when my wife was born, it was part of Russia. It was Czechoslovakia.
Yeah.
By birth, my wife is Russian. So what's to say if he gets Ukraine, he's not going to say, right, I'm taking back Poland, I'm taking back Czech Republic. Until he attacks a NATO country, we can't step in and fight him.
This is obviously because it's been a long day. Isn't Poland a part of the European Union?
They're part of NATO.
No. Okay.
So we can't put our foot on the soil and fight him and look at America until he attacks a NATO country. We can't step in. We can provide them help, but we can't put our boots on the ground. Otherwise, it's been declared as we declared war against Russia.
Yeah,
and he knows it. He's playing the game.
Yeah,
he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he's playing the game. Paul Bond.
He's playing the clock of midnight, isn't he? He's waiting to get to 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks, Mark. Getting no shipping rates available for your area and no payment methods available for your area as well. Have you come across this before? I can only say, Paul, that we are not shipping overseas at the minute. So if you're overseas, then that's why you can't post it. I have it posted to you. So I stopped because it just got so messy with Brexit. I was getting parcels confiscated, parcels sent back. I was having to refund people, losing stuff. I just thought I can't afford to do it, so I knocked on the head. And they've changed the laws now. They've made it so hard. Unless you're someone big like Amazon that's got their own license, blah, 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 to ship overseas, they've made it really hard for the little men. Really hard. Which is, again, who's that hindering? The small business person again, isn't it? And helping the big players. So, it's not an accident, is it? There are no coincidences, Kieron.
No, there's not. I don't know where it all ends with this, with Ukraine.
No. I just, watch the news. I just think, what is?
Because my wife's got friends in Ukraine. They've now got into Poland, thankfully. But I don't know. I want it over and done with because we're going over there in July to see her family. She's been home for years, nearly now. So I hope it doesn't start affecting her traveling.
Adrian, when you know the reviewer isn't going to read, there's no point in taking the time to comment.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
I
always try.
I always respond to comments, and I always have.
I certainly do in the first couple of weeks. I'm not saying I always do a video that I've done 2 years ago. Someone puts.
Oh no, I responded to a video today that someone put a comment on that was about 2.5 years ago.
Well,
I still replied to them.
That makes you the better man, Kieron.
No, I tried to watch a video and make a comment. I replied to them. I get a few idiots saying stupid things, and I'm just like, yeah, whatever. But more often than not, I don't really get trolls in my comments, and I do reply to them.
But I see it in other things, Adrian, as well. That people take the time to write this 8-line sentence out of their point of view, and he just gets a heart or a thumbs up or something, and no response. And you just think, that poor bloke's just spent a lot of time airing his opinion that's valid. It's not a bad opinion.
Well, someone give you a thumbs up or a heart, they just don't do anything. That's why bother commenting on the videos.
Yeah.
I normally do the thumbs up and the heart up if it's and maybe 3 words like enjoyed your review, well done, I'm going to pick this up, get it, you get it's to show that I've read it. But if I had somebody who had bought a device similar to one that I had, and I gave him a full explanation of maybe why it's not firing, I've done that as a comment. Like if it's something that they go, why is this not working? I'll happily take the time. I'll maybe give them a couple of scenarios.
A few comments I've had have been a bit more technical. I said to them, I can reply here or just follow me on Twitter and send me DMs. And I get a lot of DMs via Twitter, and I reply to all of them as well.
You like your Twitter, don't you?
I do like my Twitter.
You like your Twitter.
I like Instagram,
folks,
but
it's 10 o'clock. It's not even nearly 10 o'clock. It is 10 o'clock.
Yeah, we got a clock on there, but this is what the time is. Oh, yeah, it is. Well, it's nice to actually find at the end of the video where you can see me talking properly.
Yeah, that's quite refreshing.
Like a Chinese karate film.
There was a lot of those comments earlier, and I was laughing.
We now know what the issue is.
Say
we know
again?
it's my camera. I said we now know what the issue is. It's my
Yeah,
camera,
we do.
obviously.
We now know what the issue
It's
is.
got to be-
So, everyone who's pleased that Kieron has resolved his issues, could you give a thumbs up for the show, please? It's
now we'll
just,
go back to the old Gato. Now we'll
just a way of getting a thumbs up, really.
I will roll back the updates.
It's just bribery. Anyway, James, lead us out. Would you like to say your good nights?
Yep, no worries. So to everyone in chat, thank you so much for joining us. It's always good to see you guys correspond with each other within the actual chat itself. It's always lovely to see supporting each other, having a laugh and a giggle. That's what this show is always about. Have a bit of information and a bit of a giggle at the same time. To everyone watching on replay, thank you very much for watching. Remember to smash the like button. And to my co-casters on the show, it's always a good laugh to see you guys every single week. And I'll pass it over to Kieron.
Likewise, thanks everybody in the chat. Like I said, sorry about last week, the week before my stream. But like I said, obviously it's the camera that's been the issue. So hopefully next week I will get back to normal with the camera. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Remember to give a thumbs up, and we'll see you all next week. Over to Mark.
Kieron. I was just actually looking through. I just wanted to tell people this because it struck me as quite odd. In Shenzhen, they've shut down, till the 21st, I think. So you're.
I thought it was 24th.
Right, whatever. I think it was 21st she's put it. But there is, shockingly, 60 new cases in Shenzhen, of COVID. There are 20 million people in Shenzhen, in China, and you just think 20 million in one area.
And you remember, they're making them do 3 tests, every single resident.
Yeah. Don't you think that makes us look really lax? So I looked at what we've got in this country, and there were 726 deaths in the last 28 days in this country. And we're not wearing masks. We're not restricted now in any way. Don't you just think, why? Why are we going for this? Sod it now. We've done it enough. It's weird. But I'll just leave everyone.
Is it tinfoil hat time?
Hey?
Is it tinfoil hat time again with you?
No, but it's a bit odd, isn't it? They've only got 60 cases out of 20 million people. And they've shut the whole place down.
Where's my tinfoil hat? I've got it somewhere. Hold on. Wait a second.
Sorry, I had to disassemble mine to make Sunday dinner. He's going to give him a tinfoil on his hand.
I made a flash specifically for Mark.
There you go. Excellent.
Okay. I'm ready. Let's go.
I need you to wear that whenever I start ranting.
I made this 2 weeks ago, ready for you.
Okay, well, thanks everybody for watching. Thanks for your comments in chat. And so next week we might raise a little bit of money for Kieron's camera or something. I don't know. We'll do something.
I was going to say, why does it
My
look like he's got a
camera
windmill on
is
his
fine.
head?
It's just the update.
He's got a windmill on his head. Looks like it
No,
spins.
it's a cross. It's a cross. It's a religion. It's a religion. I'm part of the Tinfoil Hat Society.
You really should work harder in your kitchen, Kieron, not make those hats, I think. So until next week, folks, thanks ever so much for watching. You've cheered me up. I actually feel quite cheered up, so, it's a good thing. So thanks one and all.
God.
Stay safe. Take care. Bye for now.
That's going to be some more screenshot.